All right, let's continue with the book Things Mentally Strong Couples Don't Do by Amy Morin. We are on number 5. Mentally strong couples, as she would say, or perhaps resilient couples, don't use their emotions as weapons. Let me first of all clarify what that even means. Here are some examples. Using tears or anger to make your partner stop talking about an uncomfortable subject. Using guilt to guilt trip your partner into doing something or stopping a behavior. Accusing your partner of being selfish to prevent them from meeting their needs. Refusing to discuss certain topics because they're just too upsetting to you. Let's say finances, or what to do with elderly parents. Using the silent treatment to manipulate and punish your partner. Or getting out of doing certain things because you feel too anxious to do it. And then you have your partner do it for you. At this point, we of course have to take Noal Divergence into account if someone is on the spectrum, or ADD, ADHD, just as an example. Obviously, certain things are much harder and more challenging than for a person who's not neurodivergent. However, as my older daughter likes to say, yes, I have ADHD and I have certain challenges, but that's not an excuse to be a bad partner. Remember, when your partner is using their emotions to get you to do something, they're not doing this on purpose. It's very unconscious. This is a learned behavior. They have learned to be helpless or use their emotions in this way because that's how they used to get attention and got their needs met. So trust your partner to be willing and capable to grow up and handle their emotions more consciously. And if your partner has anxiety, severe anxiety or other mental health issues, they should definitely see a professional. One of the things you can do is to have conversations to create emotional rules for your home. You've both grown up in different surroundings. Different families handle emotions and the expression of emotions quite differently. So agree on what you are both comfortable with. For example, it's okay to feel angry, but perhaps it's not okay to slam doors, and it's not okay to yell at me. It's okay to feel depressed or sad, but it's not okay to ignore me and have me guessing what's going on. It's okay to feel frustrated, but it's not okay to call me names or swear if my partner is uncomfortable with that. It's okay that you feel anxious, but it's not okay that you call me repeatedly at work during the day when you feel anxious. The key point is that nobody makes us feel a certain way. We need to take responsibility for our own emotions. People trigger an emotion, but what makes us feel a certain way is actually the meaning we give something. Our thoughts make us feel a certain way, not the other person. That commonly used way of saying "you make me feel" is completely wrong and unhelpful. Someone can trigger an emotion, but you need to own that emotion. It's yours to feel and then find ways to clear it out. It's not your partner's job to make you feel better. Let's say you want to stop using emotions as a weapon or to manipulate. That can be a difficult habit to break, so start with self-compassion. You learned this at an early age as a survival strategy, and the first step is you recognizing it and wanting it to change. Question you might want to ask yourself, to be really honest with yourself, is a particular thing really something that you cannot do, or you do not want to do it because it's uncomfortable? So here are certain things you can do to change this habit and to also take responsibility for your own emotions. You can create a plan, intermediate steps you would like to take to do something that you are anxious about doing. Learn to self-soothe so you can handle your own emotions. A therapist or coach can give you different tools to clear out your emotions. And you also want to learn to pause between a trigger and your reaction, because something triggers you into a thought, and that thought causes an emotion. Learn to pause and not to respond right away from that triggered feeling. If you think that your partner is using their emotions inappropriately to manipulate or pressure you, here are a few things you want to do. Start with validating their experience, their feelings. You might feel that they're exaggerating, that they're a little bit too dramatic. However, the feelings underneath the behavior or the expression is authentic, so acknowledge their feelings. And also remind yourself that this is what they've learned to do as a child, to get attention or help. Also, different families express emotions very differently. There's families that express emotions way stronger. That doesn't mean the feeling is stronger, but the expression is more outward. Here is something I repeatedly have to say to partners. It is not your job to rescue your partner from their uncomfortable emotions. You need to learn to be comfortable with them feeling uncomfortable things. Sometimes we like to make assumptions as humans, so in regular conversations, check if your partner is actually feeling what you think they are feeling. If it seems like they're annoyed at you, they might simply feel stressed, or they come across as irritable, but they're actually feeling sad. Or the impatience you notice is covering up anxiety. Or you feel they're angry or frustrated and actually they're hungry. There's so many ways we cover up our real emotions. We can be wrong when we perceive an emotion. It definitely makes you stronger as a couple and as an individual if you take responsibility for your own emotions and you learn to handle your own emotions. Here are some common traps people fall into. The first one is not believing your partner's expression of emotion. Don't accuse them of being overly dramatic or minimize their emotions. Give your partner the benefit of the doubt. And that doesn't mean you need to tolerate a behavior that impacts you negatively or that's out of line. However, the emotions behind the behavior are real. Remember that when it comes to emotions, you might be dealing with mental health issues. What you see might be clinical depression or anxiety, PTSD, even borderline personality disorder. So make sure that you or your partner or both of you get professional help in these cases. Here are a few ways to start a conversation with your partner about how to handle your emotions more consciously and in a healthy way. You can ask your partner to give you an example of a time when you took one of their feelings seriously and they appreciated it. Or an example of a time when you both managed your emotions well and in a healthy way, and how that played out. You could talk about reading each other's emotions. You could ask your partner, how can you tell when I am feeling sad or upset or angry or anxious or happy? And see how well you're actually able to read each other. That's it for number 5. In the next video, we'll be talking about number 6, and that is not fixing each other, a big thing in couples relationships. See you in the next video. If you like this video, remember to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you will be notified when the next video comes up.